A very good morning, dear students. Ninth graders, I hope you all are fine. As per discussion in the previous session, we have studied about Chapter 3 Digital Documentation Unsolved Exercise Part Session 1 to 3. In today's session, we are continuing with next session, that is session 4 to 6. So session 4 first question is define table and its structure. What is table? A table is a row of grid of row and columns in which a column is a vertical group of values where the row is a horizontal group of values, and a row contains values of multiple fields which are defined by the columns. Next question, that is explain the different ways to create a table. We can create a table in MS Word by so many methods. There are total 4 methods: by using table grid option, by using the insert table dialog box option, using the draw table option, and using the quick table option. So first one is using table grid option. Using table grid option will provide the functionality to create a table of maximum to maximum 10 rows and 10 columns. So a table of 10 by 10 can be created by using table grid option. This is a quick and simplest way to create a table. Next is using the insert table dialog box. The insert table dialog box asks the user about the enter of number of row and columns. It means that much number of row and columns you required, you can just enter, and when you press OK, the table will be inserted as per user requirement of table size. Using the draw table option, this method allows a user to draw a table as per user requirement. It means you can draw a table by dragging it. You can drag it. And fourth one, using the quick access toolbar or quick table method. In this method, you are allowed to create a table very quickly by using a built-in table option. A built-in table option is there. Just click on that table option and table can be inserted very easily. Next question, explain the use of different options in insert cell dialog box. So there are 4 options in when we are going to insert a new cell in dialog box. First option is to shift the cell on right side, to shift the cell on down, insert entire row or insert entire column. When we are inserting a cell, basically 2 options will be work for a cell. One is for cell shifting the right side or for cell shifting the right side. But these are common because if you want to insert a row or column, in that case the other option will be insert entire row or insert entire column. So 2 options are mandatory for cell option. One is shift cell right side, second is shift cell left side. Next is what steps are required to split the table or cell of a table. The following steps are used to split the cell of a table. Step 1, select the cell that you want to split. Second one, click on layout tab. Afterward, in the merge group, click on the split cell option. The split cell dialog box will be appear. Just enter the number of rows and columns. In how many number of rows and columns you want to split the table, and just click on OK option. Table will be split. Next is how can you copy a table? Copy means to say copy the content. To copy a table, we are having 4 steps. At first, right click on the table, move handle that appear on the top left corner of your table. When you bring your cursor on that table, on left corner, a arrow type handle is there, that is known as table move handle. A shortcut menu will appear. Select the copy option and bring the cursor on new location where you want to get it copied, and right click and the shortcut menu will be appear. Just select the paste option. In short form we can speak, it's a copy and paste option. Just copy the table, afterwards select the new location and just paste the table. For copy we are having command control plus C, and for paste we are having command control plus V. Next is session 5. What do you mean by hard copy and soft copy? The document that is stored in computer is known as soft copy, whereas the printed document is known as hard copy. It means any output taken by printer is the part of hard copy, while that is stored in computer system memory, that is known as soft copy, which can be changed. How is print preview feature helpful? Print preview feature is helpful because a user can check whether the document is prepared as per requirement or not. Like a user can check indentation, border, styles, size of specific document. So it is a helpful tool to check the properties of your page before getting it print out finally. Enlist and explain the commonly used settings while printing a document. When we are taking and print out the document, we can do multiple types of setting. The first one is you have to set the printer that is going to be connected. Second option, select number of copies to be printed. Third option, specify the range of pages, how much page you want to get it print. Select the collated option. Collated option will work only if you are taking the multiple copies of document. And choose print orientation and select the size of paper to print on. And last question of session 5, it is what sequence of steps to be followed to print your document. At first, click on file menu option and select the print option. Second step, perform all the required setting related to your printer type, paper size, orientation and so on. And after, click on print button to get the print of current document. Now session 6, first question, what is the utility of mail merge feature? A mail merge feature of Word allows you to send same type of content in form of letters or mails, multiple mails to multiple recipient at same time. So it is the feature in which a user can transfer a group of mails on same time by using a single document, and mail merge enable the user to send the bulk messages or mails. Second, what steps do you follow to start the mail merge process? So basically 5 steps are followed while we are going to start mail merge option. First one, open the existing Word document or you want to create a new one. Click on the mailing tab option, select the start mail merge option, select step by step mail merge wizard and the mail merge task will be appear. How do you create data source? To create a data source, just select the use of an existing list option. Now click on the browse button and the select data source or dialog box will be appear. Locate the recipient list and click on OK. Now select the type a new list option and then click on the create option to create a new recipient list. Next is write the steps required to merge the data source within the main document. So following steps are followed. Step 1, after creating and choosing the recipient list, type the content which you want to send to multiple recipients. It means type the letter. Now place your cursor where you want to insert a merge field. Click on the address block in the mail merge task pane. Next one, similarly insert greeting line, electronic postage and more items logs in the document by clicking on the corresponding option in the mail merge pane. And finally click on preview your letter. So this is all about your session 4 to 6. Dear students, get it complete in your final notebooks also. Write your content in your notebook and get it submit whenever it is required. In next session, we will meet with next video that is related to your unit exercise. This is your session exercise. Now we will meet a combined exercise that is unit exercise. If you are facing any problem in any part, you can ask me anytime. So thank you. Have a nice day for this session. Thank you so much.